the second game of the day. The first half has completed the first leg of the what everyone here from Scarborough's point of view completes the double. The Colts won convincingly. Well done, Colts, as we've already spoken. And the players are and umpires from both sides are out onto the ground for the big game of the day, the league grand final match between Scarborough versus CBC. It all goes well for a big match here today. The conditions are perfect. There can be no excuse. We've got our commentators, John Ratz here. Again, Phil McGann will join us soon to bring you this coverage for the, as I've mentioned, the 1983 grand final. A few quick thoughts, John, on the likely developments of this game, and can Scarborough complete this double as we did won 2 grand finals 2 years prior?
Yes, thank you, Tommy. Yeah, well, if Scarborough are ever going to do it, this is the year, because throughout that side it's a star-studded side. I suppose you could say there's a few weaknesses in every side, but this is one of the, probably, except for the ones I played in myself, one of the most well, how would I say it, Tommy? Probably most talented, or the ability per man out there. But going on the last time these two sides met, one of the biggest factors was the way the players actually tackled it. They went in hard. Players like Dave Lister, who have been great players for Scarborough over the years, they were in there battling throughout the whole game. Dougie Miller, these players, these are the players that will have to do it again today. Johnny Anto and a few of them cutting out the Cronin, who is their absolute link man. Just a point, Mark Carey's playing in someone else's boots today. Tommy lost them about 2 weeks ago, so I don't know what he's been training in. But still, I think he's lining up in the middle, so I hope he's got his kicking boots on.
Yeah, his form's been very good in the finals. Johnny Mark Carey, he's a ball getter, man who both eyes on the ball, and that's 100% in his mind, and he tackles the ball hard, and he's got the results in these finals. Obviously, the Cronin brothers, they're going to be danger players to the Scarborough lineup today, as they have been in previous games, reflecting back onto that second semi-final result, when Scarborough did win by 3 or 4 goals in the end. The scores were all locked together at three-quarter time, and it was only Scarborough that kicked on slightly to the better in that last quarter that gave them the opportunity to advance straight into the grand final. CBC have come back, defeated North Fremantle last week, and have the second chance to have a go at Scarborough. They're all very eager. You could see the way they run out on the ground. They were very confident, the CBC players. They had a lot of supporters behind them. Scarborough looking at them, and the reports from the change rooms, I think, are very nervous. They look very nervous. They're very quiet, and I think it's a big mental build-up in the Scarborough side. And as we say that, we've got Phil McGann joining us here with this broadcast. And a quick comment, Phil, you've been actually down in the rooms and been part of the build-up. Has there been any last-minute changes to the Scarborough lineup, and what was the general feeling?
First of all, good afternoon, Tommy, and good afternoon to you too, John. Excellent win. We've already gone through that, I guess, with the Colts, and a great way to start the day off. No, there are no positional changes at this stage. I believe there will be one change depending on where their good player in Cronin starts off, as to who will actually tag him first up. But at this stage, there'll be no major positional changes.
1 point, Philip. Rick Riddell, he's a top player throughout the season, and the first 2 or 3 minutes of the second semi, he did the hamstring. He's had a couple of weeks rest. How do you look in the rooms?
Well, he warmed himself up very, very well. You can see him out there now running up and down, really stretching that leg out. He's confident he'll last the whole game out, John.
Oh yes, I should imagine he'd be very confident. Naturally, he's looking very fit, and of course the ability the man's got, he can only go on to bigger and better things in this game. Bruce Burns once again lining up at centre half back, giving away those couple of inches.
Bruce Burns spoke very well in the atmospheric pressure that was on before that game in the room, and I'm sure they went out there with a terrific frame of mind, our people.
And as we say that, we we commence the 1983 grand final. The ball has been tapped out to the far wing position, and CBC have the opportunity through Matic to get the first kick of the day towards CBC's way, and that's the way it goes. A big leap by the CBC player, but Bruce Burns, a veteran, he gains it. He's met very solidly by CBC, and the umpire's given a kick against him. That seemed a bit hard. Bruce Burns went down pretty solidly there. And King, who met Bruce Burns, has got the kick. He's injured himself slightly. He sees a lead. This is loose play by Scarborough's defence, and an opportunity here through Guinea to register a score early in this first quarter of the 1983 Grand Final. We'll wait on Geeney's kick. He's probably about 45, 50 metres out. Oh, he's decided to go short, and again loose play by Scarborough, but the pass is slightly long, and that wasn't such a wise move by Geeney of CBC, who gave Scarborough the opportunity to get out of this attacking move they have at this stage.
Yeah, Cronin looks like he's playing up on the wing on Rodney Rocket. The ball's bounced down at centre half back for Scarborough. Brian Marchant gets the ball over to a Scarborough guy, Colin Hurl, and over to CBC, sorry, and Colin Hurl makes a good tackle and toward the free kick. Looks further downfield, and Rick Riddell's leading out there. It's a beautiful pass out on the wing. Rick's a bit hesitant for that. The ball's knocked away from him. He follows it up. 3 men to 1. Paddo comes across to lend assistance. The ball's kicked down the half forward line. CBC have got the run of the ball. They come around on the half forward flank and drill it in towards goals, but fortunately for Scarborough, the ball is over the line on the full, and Peter Staples will take the first kick for him of this match.
Very quiet man Peter Staples was too, John, before the game. He psyched himself up very well with that big long kick out to the half back line. A good mark too by Hill, not declared. It's play on.
It was a bit hard, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a bit hard, that one, but he's got the Wayne Curtis to come in by the looks and take the free kick to balance up that one. He looks further downfield, not a lot offering. Probably go for the long drop punt in towards the centre area, which he does. John Andrich is there. Can't quite take that ball. It's knocked out into the centre. Cronin's first to the ball. He picks it up. Oh, well trapped there by Mark Carey. Rod Rayner's fumbling with the ball. Knocks it out in the direction of Carey. He knocks it into the CBC. They've got possession and drive it into their forward line. But Tony Dwyer, who looked like he was going to take a safe mark, fumbles it, knocks it clear. However, it's not out of danger yet. CBC have time to line up through the aids of Rakic there, drives it forward, but for Scarborough, John Patterson takes a well-judged mark on his knees. He elects to go out to the far wing in the vicinity of Colin Hill, picks up on the first bounce. There's not a lot to kick to. He had to do a dummy kick. There wasn't one Scarborough player across the centre line there. So let CBC in. Now with a handball to set up their forward play. Another handball into the centre half forward position. Graham Penny's there. He's our last line of defence. CBC still running around. He straightens up into the forward line, and Brian Marchant, no, it's fumbled. Matic knocks it out. Geez, there's CBC players everywhere by the looks of the Scarborough defence at this stage. Here comes one now in Tony Dwyer. They'll try and force it out, I'm sure, here. They still can't do that. The umpire elects to take the ball, and he'll ball it up on the right half forward flank for CBC.
I tell you what, Scarborough are very nervous because they've dropped 2 or 3 easy marks, which are in grand finals. I know that, but there's no excuse. You can't afford. You've got to settle down quickly. Their play is very loose. They are not uniting as a team, and I think they've got to settle down very quickly, or they could find themselves in trouble early in this quarter, Rats.
Yeah, it's very hard to say at the moment, Tommy. The ball comes up. Rodney Rocket takes a one-hand mark. Wanted to play on, I think. Yeah, they'll settle down. I think just that time coming out of the back line, there's nothing to kick to. Right, Rod Rayner just about kicks into the man his mark. He's gone up to Rick Riddell. He's got front. Johnny Anders gets the crumbs. He could have hand passed over. So turns on his left foot, gives a pass over to Greg Summers. The kick's been awarded further downfield as he plays on. Dougie Miller flies high. The ball's off hands. Russell Colcott there. He's fighting. Another game like the second sem from Russell. And there's one of the Foxes. He's down. He's got control of the ball. Handballs it out. Greg Summers overruns it. CBC come out with a long hand pass down to King. King takes 1 bounce, 2 bounce. Down he goes to the wing. Short pass. He's looking for Cronin unattended. Burns is up. Mark Carey comes off hands. The left foot kick. There's no one there. Greg Summers is underneath it.
Good play,
well
Greg
done.
Summers.
Yeah.
He's taken the mark on the centre wing right in front of the grandstand for Scarborough. Scarborough's first venture into the forward line. And he sees a lead over there at the back of the pack. Well done, Colin Hill, but the umpire has paid over the neck. Probably could have been a bit hard on Colin. But anyway, that's the way the kick's gone, and it's gone the way of Geeney for CBC, who gets it over towards Cronin, I think, out on that wing. He gets it over towards Hegarty. Hegarty for CBC, who's got a couple of yards break. He muffs the kick a bit, and this allows Scarborough an opportunity to get out of trouble. They have the numbers there. Oh, come on, fellas. Talk it up. Steve Foster, there was bad play by Scarborough. They had 3 or 4 players around.
I think Fuzzy got a bit of a knock a couple of minutes ago. That left leg he's favouring a bit, Tommy. Did you notice it?
Yeah, I didn't actually notice it that much, but as we see him there, he has a few leg problems, so we just hope that's only a temporary injury to Steve Foster. Scrambly play develops, and CBC are the ones that are getting out of these scrambly developments and push the ball into the forward line. Dixon for the CBC side has an opportunity, but John Patterson in the back pocket. He takes a mark. The umpire calls play on. He sees a short lead. Ooh, tell you what, he's setting your players up. We're going the long way home. And out there it's Dave Lister, I think, is it?
Wayne Curtis.
Wayne Curtis, sorry.
That looks similar.
Deep into that back pocket.
And there again for Scarborough, Thomas. Notice that we're falling down across the centre line at the moment. A CBC breakout of attack. No, they're hotly pressured. A quick handball in the vicinity of Kerry. He picks it up, one grab.
Good play.
Lose the tackle, yeah. Still hasn't got quite clear possession of the ball. It is scrambling play, as you mentioned earlier on. But now Rayner comes out. Normally a reliable kick, which he is this time, into the Colcott area. Oh, and he's taken a good mark too.
Dougie Miller,
Dougie Miller, I beg your pardon. Excellent mark. Excellent mark. And we know Douglas, of course, can kick a long way when he likes to get onto them.
That was good play by Mark Kerry there in the centre, Philip.
He's playing exceptionally well, Kerry, early in this game. There's a big kick by Miller up towards the... The umpire says play on it. Oh, geez, that was a controversial decision. We'll watch that tonight on What's Your Decision. But Scarborough have an opportunity to register their first score. Unfortunately, it's offline. 1 point only. I think that was Fox, I think, wasn't it? Charlie Fox,
Charlie
I think.
Fox, yes.
Charlie Fox, who had an opportunity there, only about 20 metres out. He did steady, but the kick slightly offline brought up the first score of the 1983 grand final. And we're about 5 minutes into this first quarter. I think there's a kick out by CBC out onto that far flank position, but scrambly play again developing. The umpire says Lendich. He says he'll have it. Very experienced umpire in Lendich, and he'll decide to ball it up on Scarborough's half forward flank. The tap goes CBC way through Regan. Regan gets the ball out towards the a teammate, and the ball's pushed up towards the centre wing position. No side has the advantage, but Scarborough pushed the ball out over the line in Stephen Foster.
Just on the umpires, Tommy, are they the same umpires that we had here last year, Driscoll and Lendich, thinking back?
I think they are, actually, yeah.
I didn't have such a good run with them last time. Perhaps it might be our turn this year.
Anyway, the ball has been pushed into CBC's attacking zone. Again, as we've mentioned, they're going into attack numerous times. Paddo's fighting hard for Scarborough out there to repel it. And the opportunity for Johnny Andrusich out there is push the ball over the line and out of bounds on the... Peter Staples it is, sorry. Over the line and out of the bounds on that forward pocket for CBC.
Yeah, a few of the players at the moment, Colin Hurl, they're in everything out in that wing. So we haven't got any sort of direction at the present time. The game sort of hasn't settled down. There's high kick and loose man and into open spaces, and it's very ordinary.
Do you think, John, there's any favourable breeze this year that's going to favour any particular end?
Oh, I don't think so, Philip. We won't really enter into that
because I thought I'd ask.
Shinnick might end up seeing this tape. CBC kick down into their centre half forward mark. Oh, gee whiz. There's a chance here for them to score. You see, a mark should have been held by Scarborough. Paddo's in there. Tony Dwyer gets it out to Rodney Rocket. He kicks it high up to up in the centre line, and Cronin, vice captain, left foot chip. Oh, beautiful footwork. Over to Hart, who'll settle things down about the 60 metres out. He sees a pass on. Oh, loose men everywhere. Brian Marchant's on his own. Wayne Curtis are on their own. There's another fella running down there, number 12. He's on his own. No, Curtis come up and cut him off. About 45 metres out. This bloke will go back for a nice long drop kick. I think it's going to fall somewhat just offline. So the Castle scoreboard at the present time is Scarborough 1 behind and CBC 1 behind.
They seem to have the opportunities, Phil, don't they? CBC, I think they've muffed a couple of opportunities. They could have had a couple of goals on the board early.
Agreed, Tommy, agreed. They've got most of the player that has only ventured into our forward line once of note this particular quarter.
But anyway,
we seem to be fumbling a lot, not taking sure marks, which they should hold. Perhaps they will as the game goes on. But Graham Penny steadies down, right foot, drop kick into the centre half forward area. There's only Riddell there for Scarborough. He's foiled in his attempt to mark. Comes down to Captain Coach Bennett. He goes onto his right foot and puts it high into the centre half forward position. There's no big men there for Scarborough. Comes to deck. Foster knocks it out in the vicinity of Patterson. Foster recovers himself. Still hasn't got it, but that's a safe defensive kick to nowhere. Bruce Burns comes out now. We've got a couple of leads offering in Marchant further afield. It's not the best of kicks. Marchant's got time to recover. Handballs to Riddell. He's under pressure. Forced back towards the CBC attacking zone, but over the line and out of bounds.
I think, Johnny, I think Coach Smart might have to do something about this double banking across the centre. CBC centre of all the players, and Scarborough followers in centre line aren't sort of playing to their true positions.
Yeah, I agree, Tommy. It's pretty hard to work out what's going on at the moment, but not talking, but judging by that. They seem to have a couple of men all the time contesting to our one player.
Where's their Captain Coach Bennett, number 10, playing? It looks like he's drifting across the centre line there.
Yeah, if not on the ball at
Played
the
centre half forward in
moment.
the other game.
Here's a chance for us, Johnny. Oh, Johnny Anto. I was going to call a mark, just muffed it. CBC, good defence. Anto's run over the top of him, and umpire's given it push in the back. Not many leads, offering a few unmarked men once again. CBC in King. He opens up play, brings it down to Dickey. Out on the wing, here's Cronin. Here's the danger man, Rockets man. He's on his own again. He's been tackled and miskicked, but it goes into the centre line to go to one of the CBC players.
Yeah, that's Matic actually, who's got the ball on the centre line, centre wing position, driving the ball with a left foot onto the half forward flank for CBC. The player all over Scarborough, Bruce Burns, is back, and that's the way the...
Well, he's getting in front anyway, Tom.
Yeah, that's right. He sees the lead and
oh, no.
Out onto the wing department, and Scarborough have the numbers here. They've got to fight Cronin. It's Rod Rocket gets a hand pass over towards Graham Penny, who comes through. Oh, I tell you what, he could be holding the ball for that. No, he was very lucky there. He grabbed the ball and sort of dropped it, but the umpire saw it favourably in his way, and the ball has been going to be thrown in right in front of us in this in the grandstand here. The ball's over towards Reid of CBC, who gains possession, sees a short pass over towards a teammate. It's taken the mark in Matic, and he's been everywhere in these early minutes of this first quarter for CBC. Penetrating kick up towards their half-forward line, but Scarborough have an opportunity through Wayne Curtis. Oh, bad play by Wayne Curtis. He had time to steady. Pushed off slightly off the kick, and the ball has gone out over the line on the full, and this has given CBC a kick right again in front of us in this grandstand here on the centre wing position for
They've certainly had
CBC.
most of the attacking play this quarter, haven't they? As they go into attack again with a kick to nowhere in particular, but high into this forward line. Burns spoils with his left hand. Foster endeavours to pick up, comes out to Brendan Fox, is it? He's onto his left foot into the Riddell area, but a good mark there, taken by the centre half back, Stephen Cronin for CBC, and he plays on quickly and puts them back into attack. Out comes, he's trapped by Foster, Hart's caught. Burns gets it, to cool handball out. It's knocked on again. That's better play by the Scarborough defence. Staples has got it. He looks up forward to the Riddell area, gets the bounce neatly, dives under it. Yes, he might get a kick. He went under his opposition man's Cronin's arms, and he'll go back not far from the centre line to drive it forward into the Scarborough attacking zone.
She's pulling that leg a little bit to me. That's Rick Riddell.
That was good defence down there by the Scarborough, close-knit work by the 3 or 4 fellows who teamed well together to repel that attack of CBC that looked very dangerous there, Phil.
Yes, they did, but a 15-yard decision early in the game just to sort that business out, and CBC once again into the attack, but where Scarborough have the numbers here, can't mark clearly again. This is a pattern of the play at the moment. Right. Handball to Kerry. Kerry straightens up, looks at a wobbly old kick to the Anderich direction. Doug Miller's there. He knocks it in forward to the Summers area. He picks it up. He sidesteps a man. Here's a chance for Scarborough. He straightens up, but unfortunately is offline and records another minor score for the Scarborough side. 2 points, plays one, and the 10-minute mark of the first quarter.
Should have nearly kicked that one, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, that was good play. All the same by Greg, but he should have finished that off. It's a long kick out by CBC, once again to an uncontested man. The CBC guy in Martin, he muffs it, backed up by Fox, bit of pressure on there. Colin Hurl's out there too, pulling the man off the ball. Fox is shepherding, Hurley's in, gets a beautiful hand pass over to Fox. Well done, Colin Hurl. He goes on a short chip shot up to Rick Riddell. He's under a bit of pressure, but takes a chest mark because he's in the front position. It's one thing about Rick and Bruce Burns at the present time, they are endeavouring to get the front position. He should have a good chance of kicking this. He's got a acute angle, kicks a high drop kick, but it is off the side of the boot and unfortunately out of bounds on the full.
Yes, those sort of kicks, John, should be just directed at this stage into the goal square direction without trying to be too direct at the goals, because tenseness is there, and it's very easy to misplace a kick.
I think, as I said before, I think Rick probably carrying that leg a little bit. I suppose is a bit hesitant about following through. CBC kick out long down the half-back lines, contested by 2 people off hands. Comes across to one of the Foxes. Hand passes over to Wayne Curtis. He in turn goes up to Johnny Anderson. He just sets himself underneath it. He'll get a free kick for interference. He never took his eye off the ball, Anto. And he's right on the 50-metre mark, and the big left foot with a slight breeze behind him, he could push it right up to Russell or Dougie Miller there, and that's what he's going to do, Phil.
I think he's kicking into the breeze,
up in that direction. We'll see what happens now. Doug Miller sets himself against a host of CBC players. They defend the best. The ball comes out, recovered well by Brendan Fox, was it? Out to Colin Hurl. He's trying to pick up the ball, can't do. Fierce tackle, good tackle. Stops the CBC getting out of danger at this stage. Still anyone's ball. No clear passage of play, but they've handballed now, so another handball, which is misdirected, but they have time to recover. Straighten up now. They just don't know how. They shouldn't have got that out of there, I don't think, Tom.
No, they was scrambly play, and Scarborough didn't probably attack the ball hard enough, but again, there's that man again for Scarborough in Kerry, who up towards the half-forward line. Ball's been pushed forward again, but here's an opportunity. Again, but no forwards there. Everyone behind their man and kicked into that open.
Look at the leads out here, Tommy. CBC.
Yes, this has been going on all of this first quarter, hasn't it? And
loose men everywhere.
They've got to cut this loose play out, Scarborough. They've got to steady the play. We've got King, who's taken the mark on this.
Now it's better.
Just prior to the centre wing position for his side.
He's got no one particular.
No,
wait for this lead to come.
Another short pass, and that's go on the way of Cronin. No, it isn't. That's in Martin. Martin, he's a big fellow. 15-metre penalty given against Kerry for Scarborough for creeping over the line. So that's no good, but gives the defenders and followers a chance to cover all their men, and we hope that is getting done. It is. Martin goes long, high. They're all looking into the sun down there. But geez, I tell you what, that's a good mark by the CBC. Anderson, who's got up high above the pack and took a strong mark, and he's in kicking distance, probably only about 40 metres out on a slight angle, and this could be the first goal of the first semi-final, actually.
He and Stapes had a good contest in the second semi. Honours probably evenly divided.
He kicked about 4 or 5 goals, I think.
Yeah, but I think a couple of them were very easy ones, Philip, if I remember correctly. Stapes did pretty well on him. It's a long kick. It's going to fall short. Tony Dwyer's camped underneath it, bustled his way in. The ball goes through for a point.
I suppose the tightness in the score, obviously 2 points each, and no goals in the 15-minute mark reflects the play a bit, Phil.
Certainly does, Tom. There's no pattern of play, that no one's positive in their moves, and I think that score there is only the result of negative play or bad play by Scarborough coming right from their forward line, right down the ground. Anyway, it's on again. There's a handball to young Regan, the Rover. A very good player is Regan if they let him loose. Still no positive passage there. Knocked out by the Scarborough players. Foster picks up. He sidesteps one, gets into trouble. Can't get his kick on. Tries the knock. Not a lot of Scarborough help there until Brendan Fox was it coming late and has given away a free kick plus 15 yards by the looks, which does make it a bit easy for the CBC player Matic by the looks, is it, to line up and have a fairly easy shot at goal, only about 20 yards out on a slight angle.
He's been a dangerous player, John Matic, already, hasn't he?
Yes. As his brother or relation, there's a few of them around, played well in the Colts too.
Another let off for Scarborough, minor score only.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got Peter Staples or Tony Dwyer, is it, to kick out on that from the point. Big kick, good kick actually by Tony down towards that half-back line, and CBC through Hart, gained possession of the ball, sees a lead over towards Regan. Regan's met very solidly by the Scarborough defence, who come through very, as I said, solidly. Dwyer is mixing it in there, and Scarborough's defence, good play by Scarborough. And there's a lead up towards the centre wing department, and there is Riddell. Riddell gains possession with a good mark over towards Johnny Andrusich. He's taken the mark in 15 metres, play on calls. Johnny Andrusich, good play as he sees a lead over towards Rod Rocket. Rocket overruns the ball. CBC get out of trouble, and that was an opportunity lost from Scarborough's point of view as the defence of CBC repel that attack and bring the ball up towards their centre wing department. Scarborough outnumber them 2-1. The ball is kept in play by Wayne Curtis. Good play, Wayne Curtis. Dummies around a player, gets a hand pass on. Good play, met by Paddo. Paddo gets a hand pass over towards Graham Kennedy. He gains possession. Good play by Scarborough and get the ball up towards their half-forward line.
This is better.
Out come the forwards for Scarborough, but again that defence of CBC in Bavell. He owns that. He's got those pies. Takes a strong mark and gets his side out of defence.
A bit better play then though, Tom, you'll agree.
Yes, was. It looked a lot more lively. It was Cronin gains possession for CBC, gets the ball over towards a teammate, and this has given Regan again the opportunity. I think, he's met very solidly up towards the half-forward line. Good play by Tony Dwyer down there to meet that CBC attack. Again, they're playing well, the defence. There's a lot of pressure on them, and again, they've doing it well. Good hand pass, good backing up by Scarborough in this. This sees the opportunity up towards Greg Summers, who's taken the mark. No, he hasn't taken the mark. He just let it go over the line. had an opportunity there, but the ball has gone out of play right in front of us at the grandstand.
That was very good play by Wayne Curtis. Fox, Peter States ran all the way. Good back work. They're talking, they're getting together, that back line. Let's see if the forward line can do it. Summers is fighting hard for the ball. The CBC are calling for the kick. Still scrambling, the ball comes out. Rod Rocket goes straight in, body and shoulder, hip and shoulder, straight over to Regan. Regan gets it over to CBC. Well tackled. Well tackled. Fortunately, holding the man.
Yeah.
This is a danger man, this Cronin. He's starting to pick up a few kicks now, and every time they come out from that half-back line CBC players, they always go for this fella, Cronin. I think he must be a dancing instructor or something, because I've heard the coach a couple of times yell out, watch his feet, Philip.
Thought you'd bring that up, Johnny. In goes the ball. Good mark, though, by Brendan Fox, and just a thought, that move. I really believe the Scarborough people are starting to settle down a little bit now. A few moves up in the forward line into the Advantage area. It's a good kick, well directed and well marked. And I'll go back and play onto his left foot as quickly as he can, which he does. He's got nowhere in particular. There goes a lead from Colcott. Drives it down long into the forward line. Colcott's there. Miller's there. It's missed. Onto the deck. CBC recover first and they clear it out. Into not altogether that safe position, but we are outnumbered there handsomely by the CBC defence. And without too much pressure again, they clear it away into an attacking mood. They line up now and force it into the forward line. There's an unmarked man. There's Matty out there again. Comes to ground. Foster picks up. It's a long handball to Rayner into the centre of the ground. Rayner looks down, has one bounce, can afford to have another, decides to kick, pinpoints it in the Colcott direction again, and he's got this one. And he's taken a well-judged mark this time. There's no one there to run past Russell, though, for the handball. There's no one even in the goal square.
Well, the way he kicked in the second semi, Philip, he won't need to hand pass him because he kicked most of them. He kicked well. Now he lines it up. He's confident. We're not, he is. Kicks it long. Oh, that looks very good from here. Straight through the high diddle. That's extremely good play. Once again, coming out of that back line. Johnny Antich and a few of them working hard to get that ball up there. But I will bring up this Cronin again, this number 11. He's a dark horse, but Rod Rayner's probably at the present time playing him well, playing his own game.
Playing
Rod
very wide to each other, aren't they, John?
Yeah, but Rod's playing very well, and he's using his body quite hard. And I think after a while, stop perving, Tommy. I think after a while, Cronin will feel the effects of Rod Rayner's body whacking into him all the time.
Yeah, Cronin's only one player in their side. Admittedly, Johnny's a very good player, but we shouldn't put too much emphasis, I don't think. Not at this stage anyway.
Dougie Miller's on the ball then. Got a knock. Scarborough got it out. It's out to Rick Riddell and Warthop out there. They're both fighting for it. Once again, CBC seem to get control of the ball, and they've got that loose man. They overrun it this time. Sorry, over to Matic, one of the Matiches again. He's looking further afield. He's going to kick it long and high. Fox is camped underneath it. Up he goes. Fozzie's there for the crumbs. Reads it well. Hand passes out to Penny coming up from the half-back flank. Penn ducks around one player and unfortunately falls over. But Fozzie's there backing him up. He's got the run of the ball out the wing. On the left foot. And it's going to go up to Colin Hurl. He's got the front berth. He'll chest mark it. He'll settle it down. He'll go to Rick Riddell, who's once again out in front. It drops short for him. Rick gets control of the ball. Well done, Rick. Tries to run around the man. Unfortunately, Rick's a little bit slow at the moment and was heavily pressured.
Was a bit high, though, I thought. It was a bit unlucky there to get the kick, but nevertheless, that's the way the umpire saw it. And off they go again through the agency of Matic. Down now to number 21 in Reed. And he's at about the true centre-half forward position. Plays on quickly. Again, Burns is there for Scarborough, thank goodness. Hall nearly pulls down the mark. He knocks it on to Charlie Fox. He kicks defensively way out into no man's land. He'll get there first. I think it's the boundary umpire, and out she's gone. Over the line and out of bounds.
Bit of humour.
Yeah, Johnny's been calling the Colts game for the last 5 minutes, Philip, but
always where he's getting some of these names from.
You always live in memories. Scarborough's good defence play, comes out, Fox is there, picks it up, runs around the man, looks to kick a long torpedo up over the centre line. Johnny Antich is there, got the back position. Someone's come over the top of him, knocked it away. Once again, CBC have control of the ball, get it away uncontested. Up it goes Bruce Burns, the ever reliable Bruce Burns. Bruce Durl, is it? Gets the ball up to Graham Penny, who's playing very well in the half-back flank. Well shepherded by Tony Dwyer. Up to Rod Rayner, bad bounce. Rocket, he's got the runner, but well done. It's the ball up to Rick Riddell on his own. It was a good call and well done, Rod Rayner.
That was good play by Graham Penny. Bruce Burns coming out there. Switched play over towards the centre where Rod Rayner gained possession of the ball. As we said, he's playing wide of Cronin. Made the most of the opportunity and has got the ball over to Riddell, who's going to, he's definitely pulling that foot for sure and certain as he kicks towards a full forward line. Up they go, and I think Colquitt has taken a big one.
Actually, I think that was a good pass, Tommy, really.
He has taken another big mark, Russell Colquitt, and we only hope that he can stay on the ground for longer than a few of these other...
Yes, thinking back, Thomas, you're quite right. I don't think Russell's lasted a grand final out in our last 2 years. Anyway, he drives this one. The umpire hasn't moved. He puts out the two hands, and another goal on the board to Scarborough.
These are all valuable goals in a game. 2 goals, 2 to Scarborough to CBC, 3 points. We're at the 23-minute mark of the first quarter. It's been a game of defences so far, but Colquitt, who has had these 2 opportunities, converted both of them in 2 valuable goals to put Scarborough that 9 points in front, as I said, at the 23-minute mark of the first quarter. Ball's in the centre. Umpire Lendich again is going to bounce the ball. He's the main umpire today. Rucks are all gathering there as the ball bounce not favours CBC, and they come out of it with an opportunity through the Cronin again onto that wing position. He gets the hand pass straight to the umpire, unfortunately. Matic has got an opportunity, but Scarborough's defence, which has played well so far. Fozzie overruns the ball this time. Hegarty's got the opportunity. He's running in on the goal over to Regan. Regan lines up from about 30 metres out. We'll wait on the decision. 1 point only. Valuable opportunities getting lost by CBC. They've missed 4 or 5 opportunities. Nerves are probably telling on them as both sides, but that opportunity, a golden one lost for CBC. 2 goals to Scarborough. CBC 4 points. And we have Peter Staples to drive the ball out wide into that wing department.
Good mark.
And the mark's been taken out there by Matic. Matic, who's been everywhere in this first quarter, and with a long left foot kick over, up goes Peter Staples high above the pack to spoil that attempted mark by CBC, but the ball's gone into the pack. I think it's a kick from CBC, and it's been given CBC's way.
Bit unfortunate there, Tom. You know, it's one of those things, a player just stops right in front of the oncoming player, and that stage it was Stapes, you know, following his man up, and the bloke just propped. You know, you got to run right over the top of him. Unfortunately, you give away the free kick. It's one of those rules in our football, but it wasn't much of a kick anyway. It's gone out of bounds on the full, and Paddo to take the kick. He's looking upfield. There's Wayne Curtis unattended on his own up along that wing area. That's a nice kick by Paddo. He's taken it across where CBC are. Mark not paid. Mark Kerry's in there, ducks in, retrieves the balls on the deck now, pushes it out. Dougie Miller standing around waiting for it. Burnsy's got it. He chips it out. CBC take it. It's going to go out across the half-forward line where Tony Dwyer, ever reliable. And there's the siren for the end of the first quarter in the 1983 B-grade grand final. And the Castle Hotel scoreboard reads Scarborough 2-2, 14 points. CBC 4 points only.
Good players from Scarborough's point of view, Philip. Obviously, I think it has to be the defence who've held them in good esteem and not letting the CBC score a goal. But
we do trust, Tommy, that we have known all season that Scarborough's defence is probably the springboard of many of their attacks, and it happened once or twice through the half-back line, which is good, and we hope that a lot more attacking passages of play can come from the back line, which is very solid. I know they won't let the CBC people get too many kicks. And, well, the other best player I thought that showed up very well, of course, was Colquitt with a couple of chances he had.
As we join you back again with the, as we mentioned prior, the score 2 goals 2 at quarter time. Scarborough, CBC trailing 4 points. That 10-point difference to Scarborough. The best players in that first quarter from Scarborough's point of view. We mentioned that the back line was very solid through Penny, Burns, Foster, O'Dwyer down there, and Colquitt, obviously, and Mark Kerry played well. Rocket Rayner had an interesting duel with Cronin. The ball's bounced to commence the second quarter of this 1983 grand final, and CBC are the first into attack and up towards their half-forward line. Again, that defensive Scarborough very solid and get the ball out of trouble. CBC have an opportunity to venture into their forward line, and that's the way it goes. And the big man down there who has played very well in Martin has taken a mark. Martin on the half-forward flank, too far out to score, but to drive it long into their attacking zone. Scarborough in front, lead the van there, but the opportunity's been pushed out towards CBC, who's one of their players gains the ball, hooks it onto his left foot. 1 point only to score, another point to CBC. That's their 5th. 2 goals to Scarborough, 5 points to CBC. We just started this second quarter, 1983
Good afternoon,
grand final.
Tommy, if I may butt in, Rodney Bridges just joined us. Rodney, have you got any comments on the game so far?
Yeah, Phil, good high standard, good first quarter, very low scoring. I think we should take it away from here. Third quarter will show the part.
Well, there's a long way to go yet, of course, but we'll keep our fingers crossed as CBC get the ball. Geez, there's another man there on his Pat Malone, plays on quickly, lines up towards the full forward line. Charlie Fox is there, but geez, it's a good kick, I think.
It's a goal.
That was a good kick from the CBC player. I didn't see who kicked the ball.
Yeah, that's that loose play again, Philip. There's loose players all over the ground. These CBC players seem to have that knack of that Fremantle mould. They seem to be able to drift into the open spaces, and they're utilising those players to gain their advantage. And that was one of those situations that developed then. And the player kicked that goal from a long way out. It was a magnificent kick and brought up a goal, 1-5 CBC. They're only trailing by 3 points now, 2-2 to Scarborough.
As soon as Rod Bridge comes up, he makes a wisecrack like that, they get a jail. Nice going, Bridgie. Brian Marchant contests the ball, bad bounce for Scarborough. CBC will get it, will try to get it away. Wayne Curtis came through, chipped it up. The vice captain for CBC chips in over Rick Riddell, gets the ball out on the wing for CBC. Once again, CBC are in front, and they got the running men in the way of King. He comes down a half forward, kicks it long and high, and Johnson's up for CBC. The ball's on the deck, it comes out to Hegarty. Hegarty turns in his right foot and screws it up, and there's Martin. Martin uncontested on his own. I think Tony Dwyer thought the ball was going in a different direction, which is easily done in a situation like that. CBC looked like in the first 2 minutes of this game drifting in front of Scarborough.
They've certainly come out, John, more fired up than the Scarborough players at this stage, going directly into attack, and here's a chance for the second goal of the quarter. The umpire has a good close look at it and decides that's close enough for a goal, and that puts CBC 2-5 to Scarborough's 2-2 in only the 4-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, they've definitely bounced out of the blocks, Philip, haven't they? 2 valuable goals in the opening 3 minutes of this second quarter.
The worrying part, Tommy, too, is the fact that they did both of them so easily, and this is a worry when you, as I say, only 3 or 4 minutes into the first quarter.
I think if Scarborough has a weakness, it tends to be that they don't quite have the running players that CBC have on the ball, and this could be a problem if their runners of CBC on this big ground on the hot day start sorting a few of our players out.
Wayne Curtis and Colin Hurl are in there. The ball's knocked on further to Rick Riddell. He's got the run of it, tries to hand pass it. No, the umpire's seen it. He's sitting over the top of it in possession and given it as dropping the ball. CBC look further downfield, and once again they've got loose men down there in the way of Reid. He's on his own, but it's gone up, contesting it. There's Rod Rayner again. Summers has got it, kicks a high wobbly old kick up to Rick Riddell, who once again got the front position, takes the mark. The man's got to move back on him. He's looking down for Dougie Miller. Now the little chip shot up to Doug. Doug's got the front berth. Those long arms go up. No, he's pressured by Myers.
I think that was Bones. I think that pressure in. I think
Bones on Myers, and Dougie Miller cops a solid bump as the ball is pushed over the line and out of bounds in the right forward pocket for Scarborough.
I think Dougie Miller should have nearly held that mark, Johnny. It was his first, one of the few opportunities he's had.
Well, he's judging by that magnificent mark he took in the first quarter. Yeah, he's in touch, but not to. That's our concern at the present time. And as the ball comes out of CBC's back line, driven up the wing, Rod Rayner's there. Oh, bad bounce for Rod. The CBC have got the run of it, goes up towards Burnsy. He overruns it, and Dixon, his direct opponent, had the run of it. And Tony Dwyer come out, the ball's been forced over the line and out of bounds.
Come across this flank then a little bit too easy, John, I thought. We had it in our only 20-30 yards away from the Scarborough goal. But it come all the way up this flank, and now it's in the attacking zone of the CBC side. Waiting now for the boundary umpire, young John Lister, of course, throwing the ball in there. It's a nice high throw. Favours no one in particular. Martin's there for Scarborough. Paddo first to the ball. He's a long handball to the centre half back to position to Penny. Penny right foot to no one in particular, and marked there by Cronin, I think it was, at centre half back. CBC onto to Reid. Good pass by him to the man in the middle there in King, who's already had quite a number of kicks. He looks further downfield. Nice sort of kick into the direction of their big man. He can't quite take the mark. It goes to deck, and the umpire elects here to throw the ball up just on this side of the centre half forward position for the CBC side.
Well, umpire O'Driscoll this time, he got a bounce of the ball and favours no one, but Scarborough are able to repel this attack and kick the ball out towards the centre wing position. But the CBC players seem to be in front all the time at the moment, and Matic again, the dangerous player, sees a lead further afield in Regan. Regan has taken the mark, and he looks for a short pass. Again, these short passes all over the ground they are. And Scarborough's followers aren't running down there quick enough to meet these attacking players.
I'd like to see Phil Halliday on this number 5, this Maddage down there, Tom, on the wing.
Damage, isn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, Reid, who has an opportunity, he's probably about 45 metres out. He's kicks off line anyway, and it registers a minor score only. Thank goodness, 2 goals, 6. CBC Scarborough trailing 2 goals, 2, and we're at the 7-minute mark of this second quarter. Out of bounce on the full, was it actually? Yeah, definitely way offline.
How are your eyes, Tom?
I thought it was a point too.
You wear glasses, I thought.
Anyway, big kick by
Good mark,
down there, and the umpire's given an infringement against Scarborough again. Kicks aren't going Scarborough's way. They've got to get in front to get these kicks. And the player in Bennett, who's the captain of the CBC side, has an opportunity to drive his team deep into attack.
He's lining up too. A prodigious kick is Bennett when he wants to be.
Anyway, there goes the kick of Bennett right down towards the full forward line. I think one of their players has taken the mark. And I tell you what, these are dangerous signs for Scarborough at this early stage of this second quarter, because already they've kicked 2, and this definitely looks like the 3rd goal to go on the board.
It's Anderson again, Tom.
Anderson, the full forward of CBC. He's only 10 metres out right in front, and I think Scarborough have got to make a few changes or do something. As we say that, Anderson kicks it straight through the centre, registers their 3rd goal, 3 goals, 5. 3 goals 6, I think 3 goals 5 it is CBC. Scarborough 2 goals 2, and Johnny, is there any changes you'd make at this stage?
Well, a moment ago, Tommy, you mentioned Johnny Lister as the boundary umpire. Well, his older brother, much older, is on the boundary line with the coach at the present time as a interchange. And in the second semi, when he did come on, he was instrumental in a lot of moves. Actually, he was in my first 4 best players on that particular day.
Yes, so it won't be long, I don't think, John, before the Halliday and Lister get on the ground, because we just, as someone mentioned earlier, their runners are certainly getting a lot of kicks around the ground, and Scarborough are aware of that. We haven't got the running strength that CBC has, so we must curtail it, and players like Lister and Halliday might be able to offset that a little bit.
Brian Marcher just overran the ball and let CBC in there, down to the full back line. Staples retrieves the ball, comes out, the hurried kick over to Rod Rain, is wedged between 2 players. One of the Foxes has got a good play, knocks it on. Burns tries to come through to the CBC player. CBC's got the run of the ball. Maddage once again's got control of it. Fozzie's there. Good tackle, Fozzie. Burnsy, just palms the ball away, gets control of it, hits it towards the boundary line. Paddo's there. Cronin eludes him very well on his left foot. Sets up a move centre half forward, and through comes Foxy again. Well done. Backed up by Brian Marchant. Well done, Brian. A chip shot over to Mark Carey. Good play, Mark. Settle it down. He doesn't like that. He's going to...
15 yards, umpire, surely.
It's one way or the other, because Mark's likely to whack him.
30 yards.
30 yards. Give it to him. Give him heaps.
Good decision, umpire.
Mark at his own boots, he might be able to kick this, Tom, but needless to say, out comes Dougie Miller. So long cut goes Doug. Just about held the mark. No one down to get the crumbs. CBC kicked it out to Wayne Curtis waiting there. Chip shot on the left foot. Rick Riddell is on his own again. Well done, Rick.
He can get the distance, Riddell Phillip, I think.
And the direction. He's a fairly reliable kicker, is Rick Riddell, Tom, but we will wait and see. The pressure of a grand final, anything can happen. He's already put one out of bounds on the full.
We just called the move. The old fella Dave Lister's coming on now, and young fella in Colin Hurl has been playing very well.
As Riddell scores a goal.
Well done. Great kick by Riddell. That was a badly needed one by Scarborough. At the 10-minute mark of this first quarter, and they were starting to look a bit tired and lax, but that goal definitely boosts the players up. Yes, Scarborough have made another move, in Summers coming off and Halliday coming on.
We called that, didn't we, Tom?
Yes, 2 moves already that the coaches made, and these could be vital moves in Scarborough's chances to get a bit of momentum and run around the ground, because it is a big oval, it is a hot day, so Scarborough will need all these players to keep them intact.
Oh, bad bounce again.
The bounces aren't going towards Scarborough's way, as the CBC have the opportunity, kicked up towards their half-forward line, but Scarborough through Brian Marchant have taken the mark. Brian's kicks, very shocking kick out towards the centre wing position, and Gorse up towards their half-forward line, but Scarborough's are all the leading players there. Geez, there was a bad mistake made, but they're lucky to be able to got players to back it up and get out of trouble. Graham Penny, he was set up beautifully. The ball's been tapped over. This
well played.
The opportunity. Good play by Scarborough, and the ball is kicked up towards their half-forward flank, towards
Wayne Curtis out there, hooks the ball onto his boot up towards the full forward line. Scarborough players tackle CBC, holding the ball, your crowd row. Umpire says no, it was held to him. That was a doubtful one. We'll see that tonight on the What's Your Decision. He bounces the ball anyway, the umpire. He doesn't have any of this, and this is opportunity for Bovell to gain the possession of the ball for CBC.
Still in play.
Scarborough have the opportunity, hooked onto their boot up towards Russell Colquitt.
Yes!
He's taken the mark, he's taken the mark. He has taken the mark, right in the goal square. 15 metres out at the moment. He has taken the mark, Russell Colquitt. He's already kicked 2. A potential match winner, as we know, Russell Colquitt only about... And there it goes, straight through the centre. Yeah. That's his third goal. Scarborough hit the front again. 4 goals, 5 to 3 goals, 2. Good play, Scarborough.
Must be all those kicking lessons you were giving him, Tommy. Russell, he's making the most of his opportunities, and he's not getting many, but he's following on, as I said previously, from the second semi. Well done down there, the half-back line again. Graham Penny received another extremely hard knock, not as hard as the one he got in the second semi, but by the same opposition player in King. So King and Penn probably don't get along too well.
He had no decision. The ball was called play on because of touch ball, and Penny had to do the right thing by knocking it on, which he did.
Very well. Another bad bounce, and Dave List had to come in there and go up for the ruck. Wayne Curtis is in there, knocks the ball through. Once again, Graham Penny, Brian Marchant, long hand pass over the opportunist.
That's good.
Look at the pinpoint. He's a top kick in the old Dave Lister. Rick Riddell once again caught with the ball. He's knocked it over the line and out of bounds.
The 2 freshmen in Lister and Halliday right over there, so they want to get in amongst the play straight away, which they already have. Up goes the ball. Good tap to Scarborough's favour. Another couple of handballs went astray, unfortunately. No one's direction at the moment. Riddell onto his left foot, kicks haphazardly up to Charlie Fox. He's not going to be paid that mark. It was play on. Good effort, Charlie. Still not out of trouble, CBC, with a couple of quick handballs now. On the defensive side of the oval, Scarborough still attacking, but it's gone over the line. No, it's a free kick. That was bad, like a CBC go back and settle things down to hold what could have been an attacking move there for Scarborough. 3 goals, 5 CBC, 4 goals, 2 Scarborough at the 15-minute mark of the second quarter, and a good mark we see Graham Penny take. He's looking further downfield for any leads. There goes one from Foster by the looks. It's ignored. The drop kick up into the centre half forward position. Andrewich sets, Riddell sets, they're all up, comes to ground. Charlie, Brendan Fox is there, knocks it on to no one in particular, but the CBC man in Johnson has another kick and got dealt with after he kicked the ball, and it will be a relayed free kick just in front of the right centre wing position for the CBC side.
I think Scarborough can't afford, Philip, to give these kicks away. They've got to get on the favourable side of the umpire and get first possession, attack the ball, and make that, as we said before, their object. As we see a loose man over there, and Bennett, the captain, who takes the mark, drives the ball high. He makes it hard for his forwards for sure and certain, and the Scarborough defence comes out very solidly. They're scrambly play. They're very hard for anyone to obtain possession of the ball. There's about 15 players in a melee around the ball. The umpire, O'Driscoll, says he'll have it, and he'll bounce the ball just on the CBC side of the centre. The tap goes away of Scarborough. Wayne Curtis gains possession of the ball, breaks into the open spaces, and with a well-directed kick, beautiful pass over to Rick Riddell.
Move down, Scarborough. Move down.
Players aren't running on. They need to run on more than they have been at the moment. The ball, Wando waits for the ball to bounce him. He's in more trouble than Rick Bradford as he gains possession, hooks onto that famous left foot of his and hooks it out towards that far half-forward flank towards Scarborough, with Johnson of CBC gains possession of the ball. Loose men, sets up the loose men, but Graham Penny comes through. Magnificent play by Graham Penny. Magnificent effort by Graham Penny. Gains possession, hand passes over to a teammate, and Scarborough have the opportunity through his endeavours to go forward into the attacking zone. The ball's pushed into the pack, and CBC are trying to repel the attack, and they do so through the agency of Hart, who gets onto his left foot, hooks the ball over to his teammate, and this is Matic again, onto his left foot up towards the half-forward line. A good kick by him. Spilt by the CBC player. Bruce Burns overruns the ball, holding the ball. The crowd yell, but it's given the chance to Bennett. Bennett onto his left foot up towards his teammate. Scarborough 2-1 against CBC, but the ball has been given as well done by the CBC fella. Put his body over the ball. The umpire O'Driscoll says he'll have it, and he'll bounce the ball at the true centre half forward position for CBC.
Well done by Stapes, and he used his body well for Scarborough. Dougie Miller there palms the ball out towards Dave Lister. Dave Lister goes in, bad bounce. Philip Halliday's in there. Brian Marchant's down on the deck. Oh, Phil Halliday gets a shove and a push away. Someone didn't like what he did. Philip seemed fit to take the 15 metres given by the umpire, and He'll use one of those long left foot kick. Oh, not a droppy, it's a drop punt up towards Foxy. Yeah, bit of physical work there. CBC once again come out with it on the left foot. Rod Rayner's got the run of the ball. Is it going to beat him over the line? That it does.
Geez, there was four players from Scarborough there, but they just couldn't beat it to the boundary line. Unfortunate. But once again, those couple of passages of play, evident that the runners from CBC are going to play an important part in this game, which they have already, and they're the people that Scarborough must curtail if they're going to come out on top and win this 1983 premiership.
Milburn chips in to take a misdirected kick by Paddo, who was put under a bit of pressure there.
Is that the same bloke that used to play cricket?
I think this one can see out of both eyes. Dougie Miller gets caught one-handed there. State's got the run of the ball, and Rod Rayner chips in. Once again, the ball's pushed over the line, now to bounds, and so safe at the same time. No one contesting. Oh, Dougie's got his back to the play, recovers, fights for the ball, comes through well, ducks around 1-2 players, turns on, high wobbly kick. Wayne Curtis is camped underneath it, and a magnificent mark. Never took his eyes off the ball. That's the type of mark that will lift the side. Well done, Wayne. He's got a lead from Johnny Antridge up on this wing, a chest mark. Beautiful directed
that mark of Wayne Curtis would put him in line for the N&T Plumbing Services mark of the day. Terry Shinnick and Neil Buscombe, our faithful sponsors, and a brilliant effort by Wayne Curtis definitely puts his in running for that. As we say that, up towards Phil Halliday, who gains possession of the ball, driving. There's an opportunity for Scarborough, holding the ball. The crowd yell no, says the umpire, and the ball has been given out towards Johnny Andrusich. He drives it long. Could come from behind. 2 against 1. He's got a beat. In comes the teammate to help him. Yeah! The crowd yell. The umpire O'Driscoll agrees, and the decision has been given Scarborough's way, and it's only 10 metres out from the goal.
Well, he should have heard that Phillip yelled loud enough for him to hear it, Tommy, so that's why he had to give the decision that way.
Well, I tell you what, this could be a vital goal. Scarborough have definitely built up the momentum now, and it's Brendan Fox, isn't it, to shoot from goal.
The supporters have certainly come to life. I trust
metres out.
The players do as well.
Miss this one. This will be a valuable goal. He's kicked it straight through the centre. There it goes. That registers Scarborough's 5th goal on the scoreboard. And that's the 17-minute mark of the Castle Hotel scoreboard. Scarborough 5 goals 2 to CBC 3 goals 5, and that's a 9-point difference, Johnny, and it's good to see him fighting back the boys.
As I called it before, Tommy, a mark like Wayne Curtis just pulled off over there, captain coach. It's a type of mark that lifts players, and that they did follow along with a magnificent goal. I just see some battered and bruised young colts come staggering up the stairs, and they look like they've been in the wobbler already. When we have the opportunity, we'll get a few remarks off them.
Perhaps now's a good time as the ball's been relayed back to the centre, John, and Gary Budd sitting right beside me. Gary, congratulations, great effort, a great win for the Scarborough Colts to win their first ever premiership. What were your thoughts?
I thought we played excellent, actually, and the backline held up fantastically, and without the backline we wouldn't have won it. And I certainly hope the top side can carry on from here. They're going along well. If Wayne Curtis can take a couple of marks like he just did, I think we'll be fine.
The ball, Dougie Miller knocked the ball out there to Coxey. We'll give him benefit of the doubt there. Bruce Burns chips in, good defence play, and he's going to bring it out to Rod Rayner here and Wayne Curtis, having a little bit of a talk along. Well shepherded there, Fozzie. Rocket gets his kick in. Rick Riddell gets pushed out of line of the ball, and the ball goes over the line now to bounds right down below us here. Dougie Miller follows it up. He's going to try for the big knock there to get it over the Foxy. CBC chip in, kick it down their half-back line. Bruce Burns backs his judgment once again, comes out. A beautiful kick up the Foxy. He's got the run of the ball. Good mark. And some unduly rough treatment. Foxy, from his own number's sake. John Stone saw fit to drop Foxy. I think that might have been an evener up. I think something happened at the other side of the ground, but with that, he's got a good 20 or 30 metre infringement there, and puts him on about 40 metres out from the goals.
Probably too far out to score, Johnny, but Charlie Fox will make every endeavour to drive it deep into Scarborough's attack, and that he does with a high kick towards the full forward. Scarborough rely on the big mark of the Colcat as the players go through there. No rovers who, where Scarborough probably lacking a rover around the packs at this stage, but the ball's been forced over the line, but the umpire sees an infringement first. It goes the way of CBC deep in that back pocket play, and they've got the opportunity to get out of trouble.
I think Foxy's got to move out and give Russell one man, one bite. That's the way he did so well in the second semi, Tom. I think he's getting a little bit crowded there. Here he is.
Charlie Fox has hooked that ball again deep into the Scarborough's attack, and I think the CBC players are definitely worried about the ability of Colquitt, because they've got about 2 or 3 players trying to ball against him, and there's a golden opportunity for a small man or a man around the packs to scoot around and pick up the crumbs and kick the goals that are
You'll
required.
notice that Colcott's sort of filtrating between the full forward position and the forward pocket, which just throws that back line of defence of CBC's into a bit of the unawareness. They're not quite sure what's happening as Burns come through. Foster recovers well. He's left foot into the centre half forward direction, and it finds Colin Hurls back on the ground by the looks.
Now what I'm saying now, he's getting crowded down there. That's good lead and a good mark by Fox. Right now Russell's on his own, and that's the way he should be, because if he's only playing against the one man, with his ability and his body use, he's got to be odds on to take the mark.
These Foxes come over to WA with a big reputation, John, and we hope today that they can fulfil the promise that they showed early in the year. And
with a kick like that, Tommy, they've done it.
He's kicked a magnificent goal from about 50 metres out. Brendan Fox let go with a magnificent torpedo straight through the centre, and what a great goal that was by Brendan Fox. That's his second. Russell Colcock kicked 3, Riddell 1, Scarborough 6-4 to CBC 3-5. Philip, Scarborough seem to be playing well at this stage. Can they keep the momentum up and go on with it from here?
Certainly playing more to what they're capable of, Tommy, that's for sure. They've been very quiet, I thought, in the first quarter and a half, but a few things have lifted them. And we hope for this last 7 or 8 minutes of this quarter they can continue with perhaps 1 or 2 more goals, and it will put them in very good stead for that second half.
Right, Martin and Miller to do contest in the middle, and it's a good bounce. It's about time. Dougie got a good hand on that. He retrieved, handballed it high over to Rick Riddell. Oh, Curdy gets in there and picks up the crumbs. Cronin got misdealt with. Foxy, good control, grabs on his left boot. Oh, beautiful pass. An absolute gem of a pass over to Russell. And that's what I say, once the man's out there, there's a fair chance. And the way he's going at the present time, he might even fulfil more goals than he did in the second semi.
Brendan Fox, the Foxes have definitely come to life, Johnny. They've been the difference.
Oh, yeah, they're playing extremely well. Hello, Russell. He's a wobbler. It's a floater.
Oh.
Yeah, well, he's sort of... he dropped that in an awkward angle, but we're used to that. But still, well done, Russell, and well done, Foxy.
While the ball's being relayed in by the fullback now, Timmy McCullum, another successful Colt player's with us. Perhaps, Timmy, a quick word. You elated about your win?
Very happy. The whole side played well, especially the back line. We all stayed together, and I think everyone put in their hardest. It's good to see the back line for the B grade doing just as good.
Thank you, and that's the message, of course, to win grand finals. Everyone must pull together.
Oh, we wouldn't go that far, Philip, but anyway, Matic has got the opportunity to drive CBC deep in attack, and that's he done, and here's a golden opportunity for CBC to come back at Scarborough, but the Scarborough defence is very solid down there, and get the opportunity to get it into a pack, and that was good defence by Scarborough, because there was loose players running into that goal square. Scarborough players were on the wrong side, but they managed to get the ball into that pack, and the umpire is going to ball it up 15 metres out from CBC's goals. Up go the big ruckman. CBC
well done,
with an
Peter.
Opportunity to get it onto his ball, but the Rock of Gibraltar of Scarborough come out of it. Great play by the defence. Do a magnificent job so far, and we're already at the 25-minute mark of the second quarter. 18 points of difference. A very handy break by Scarborough. No, 17 points, but with 5 minutes to go into this second quarter.
I think State's got one of his personals, Tom.
Did he? Well, that's all right. Probably you've got to be a pretty big target to hit there, but anyway, the kick by Scarborough's given up towards Paddo. Paddo sees a lead by Fox. The other Fox is in all. He's been caught. Charlie Fox this time, but he hooks a hand pass over towards up towards Colin Hurl. Colin Hurl's infringed over the neck. And it's been given a kick against Scarborough, and the captain of CBC in Bennett, who's been a good player so far for CBC, drives the ball into their attacking zone. Hegarty for CBC's got the opportunity. Overrun the ball by Scarborough. Back into it comes Hegarty again. Sheer determination. He gets the ball out over towards his teammate for Scarborough. Sheer determination there. Have got the free kick, and as Paddo again bursts through that back line again with a short pass.
Wayne Curtis it is.
Up towards the centre line it goes. Over towards a player
kick.
in there. There it goes again. Who's that Fox again? They're everywhere.
Well done, Dave
Rick
Lister.
Riddell. Dave Lister got the ball out there, and it's Rick Riddell. He's in trouble with that leg of his, but his determination, he pushes the ball on. He's got to try to beat two players, and the numbers outbeat him as CBC got the opportunity, and they do that to steady that attacking move down by Scarborough.
And they've also got the loose men running past. There we go. Just called it. Cronin's down there. Runs around Graham Penny. Kicks a screw kick up towards the half-forward line, and yes, there's going to be a 15-metre penalty. 15, 20, 30. Sheesh. It's about 40 metres. That'll bring this Hegarty. It'll bring Hegarty nice and close within scoring distance. But there's the difference with the running player, the loose men. If we've got to learn that we've got to make that extra effort to run across and pick up those loose men. I know you guys get tired. We all get tired, but it's just that extra little effort. Luckily for Scarborough, it's been offline, and maybe the breeze, Philip, might have knocked him around a little bit there.
Well, we'll work out in a minute which way that breeze is favouring, or which particular end anyway, as we await now for the ball to come in from the spectators. Not a bad crowd here today, John.
Very good
day, of course, at Lathlain Park.
Very good crowd. I can see Tommy taking a lot of notice of the summer fashions.
Yes.
See Russell Arnold there. See Russell Arnold there. Unfortunate that Russell broke his arm in a couple of places and couldn't line up in the finals. See him still supporting his side out there in the field.
It's a bad kick in there by the fullback Johnny there to make the mistake and give the opportunity for Milburn to score for CBC, actually.
Yeah, well.
The kick should have been a lot deeper out of that defending line.
Good
and
kick.
I think he's just done that. He's kicked it. Oh no! What? The umpire has agreed to it. There was controversy whether it was over the line, but it hasn't. But a magnificent mark by Peter Staples.
Would we call that the N&T plumbing mark of the day?
That's got to put him in line with the N&T plumbing mark of the day. And there's another great mark, but the umpire's seen an infringement against Scarborough.
Oh, definite push in the back. Brian Marchant straight into the man.
And CBC. Well, Peter Staples definitely made up for that mistake of short kicking, but there's the kick from the CBC attacking zone in there. Scrambly players developing again. The umpire should ball it up. He does just that. Decides that he'll have it. The ball about 20 metres out from the CBC goal line. We're 27 minutes into the second quarter of the 1983 Grand Final. Scarborough 6-4, CBC 3-6.
And that's a decent bounce in the centre half back line for CBC. The ball's punched out by Dave Lister to Rod Rayner. He gets a big hand pass up to Wayne Curtis, and Cronin do battle. Curtis used good use of the body, Wayne. Well done. He outwitted Cronin. That's doing something. Little chip shot up to Bruce Burns, always on his own. He kicks it up to Johnny Antich. Unfortunately, Bruce was tackled by the CBC skipper, and the ball went over the line on the full. Johnny Antich on the mark there as the interchange players come on with a helmet on there for CBC. Now he's looking for a mark. He's going to chip it into Cronin. No, Martin drops in there. Tackled by Anno, kicks it long up to Brian Marchant's camped underneath. It gets pushed out of line, yes, and allow the CBC player in Reed to take an easy mark. He's going to kick it long and hard. And Stapes and Paddo down there. Up they go. The ball's knocked forward. There's a loose man here. I think it might be Regan. He's got the run of the ball. Tackled by the Scarborough. Well done. There'll be a ball up there.
Play, Philip, down there.
It was, and they need it, Tommy, don't they? At this stage, with only minutes to go before the end of this quarter. Very vital that CBC don't score another goal to put them that 6 points closer at the half-time break as they have a hurried kick towards goal. Up goes their tall player in Colombo. Oh, that was a good kick over the left-hand shoulder as he's tackled for a minor score for CBC.
Well tackled, Tony Dwyer.
They've kicked 3 goals, 3 for the quarter to take them on to 3 goals, 7. Scarborough's 6 goals, 4. Staples taking his time. Fully aware that only seconds left in this particular quarter before the long break.
Beautiful kick.
Big long kick out to the half-back flank. No one in particular has got the ball. Scrambly play developing here. I guess they're getting tired. They've had a fairly hard half of football, and maybe the concentration's not quite there at this stage of the game, and they'll be looking forward to that well-deserved break.
I was going to say there's another half to go, so they're going to end up a lot tighter, Phil. Once again, Tommy's bringing us up to date with the fashions below. There's going to be a ball up out at the half-back line for Scarborough, and as Philip said, it's imperative that they do not score. CBC don't get another major on the board before half-time. And it's gone in. Dougie Miller's got the front burst. Oh, knocks it away and cops a nice old whack in the ear hole at the same time. He's tough enough to take it, and he'll just stroll back for a kick and settle things right down. Might let go of one of his big boomers.
Johnny, you do very well commentating the game, because you can look at the oval and those girls down there at the same time.
And he did. He let go with a beautiful boomer.
Anyway, as we join you back to the serious side of the game, and CB through Myers kicks the ball into their forward line, but Scarborough, Colin Hurl, good mark by Colin, back onto the ground again. But Scarborough need him firing if they're going to win this game. As there's an opportunity. Oh, good play by Scarborough.
Here's a go, mark it.
Up to a tap it on the yellow. Oh, Russell Coggett, he's on his own. He can run into an open goal. He does just that. And another goal on the board for Scarborough. Great play by the Foxes again. They're the danger players. And I think, is there an injury down there, Johnny?
Yeah, Fox showed tremendous amount of courage to stand his ground and whack that over to Colcott then.
Certainly.
The CBC guy took full advantage of the man with Foxy having his eyes on the ball, saw fit to whack him straight in the face.
Geez, that's a very handy break. Scarborough 7-4. 46 to CBC 3-7.
Could be a very handy goal, that one, as the game grows older, Tommy. Very, very good one to get, and just gives us that little bit more breathing space. 21 points up. Very close to the half-time break.
I hope the Fox boy's all right, because he's a valuable link in Scarborough's first half performance so far, and maybe this long break will give him an opportunity to get over that injury he has. As we say that, the siren blows to end the first half of football. Scarborough 7-4 on the Castle Hotel scoreboard. 46, CBC 3-7, 25, 21 points the difference. And for his quick comments on the first half, the president and commentator with us this afternoon, Phil McGann, and your comments firstly, Philip, on the first half result.
Well, of course, we'd rather be 21 points up than 21 down, Tommy, at this particular stage of the game. I hope the heat of the day and the pressure of the football won't tell against the Scarborough players, but whatever does happen, it's going to tell against the CBC people as well. So it has been a good half, particularly the last 15 minutes of the second quarter, and let's hope that with that break, an inspiring talk from Coach Smart, that they'll get back out and really attack this third quarter. The third quarter, as we all know, very, very important in a game of football.
Thanks very much, Philip, for his best players for Scarborough for the first half. A few quick comments, Johnny Rats.
Yeah, very quickly, Foxy still looks in a bit of trouble out there, and best players in the half have been both the Foxes. They've done exceedingly well, so I hope he's all right. A few other players, Rod Rayner and Colin Hill, who's now off, but they've played well down the line. Peter Staples, Bruce Burns, Tony Dwyer chips in. Russell Colcott's doing everything possible when he gets the opportunity. Dougie Miller's trying, Graham Penny. Phil Halliday got a few kicks there, and Wayne Curtis naturally is still playing well along with Paddo down the back line. Extremely good effort by Scarborough Footy Club, and they came back. Great stuff.
Okay, thanks very much, and we'll have you back again after the half-time break for the second half in this vital 1983.